Dear panel members, and this is as explained to you earlier, this corporation has a unique feature of having three major industries, and we have a cement factory also very close by, a small bricklines nearby. So basically, there are a lot of migrated workforce we had during the COVID lockdown, COVID outbreak of COVID, and during lockdown time. And there was this unique situation of not knowing what to do to handle the situation. And all of a sudden, one fine day, there was a news in the sense, a letter from the health department of the state government, that from the Delhi, there was a train from Delhi to Ramagundam, and there were around 4 or 5 preachers who were tested positive but still traveled to our place and got down at Ramgundam. And we had no idea what to do. So this was basically the context on the very first day. And we were only from World Health Organization and from the Government of India, there were few guidelines that sodium hypochlorite can be extensively used, and social distancing, and of course masks and hand sanitizers are the only options we can we can use to fight COVID. So in this context, we extensively purchased the during the lockdown time, even availability of shops for purchasing any equipment or any item was very difficult. Even availability of masks was also a great challenge, and in fact masks were declared as a essential commodity under the Central Government Act. So as discussed earlier, ma'am, we have a privilege of very strong SHGs. So we used extensively these SHG members for preparing PPE kit, that is masks and the body gown, which sanitation workers can use. We extensively purchased this jumbo jumbo sprayers, the other spraying devices, and all these spraying devices are normally used for agriculture purpose, which are not corrosive. Whereas sodium hypochlorite liquid is a very corrosive element, and whatever equipment we used for a week's time or 15 days time, it gets eroded and corroded, and we had to replace many parts very frequently. So these are the basic context in which we were working during the COVID time. We have identified 5,847 migrant workers who are put in small migrant camps around the corporation area. And these people were pretty much left to their own fate. Initially, for the first 1 week, they had a very difficult time. Even procuring basic eatable edible things were also very difficult. During this time, we maintained our own labor camps. We prepared cooked food, and wherever it is possible, we gave dry ration as well. At the same time, state government came up with a scheme of giving 12 kg rice per person, plus giving them 500 rupees during this lockdown period. So we extensively distributed this dry ration. And at the same time, wherever during the same time, there are a lot of migrants who are walking on the roads. And this Ramagundam Corporation is in the junction, wherein if somebody wants to go to any other states like Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, they have to pass through Ramagundam Corporation only. And the Ramagundam Corporation it resides just next to Godavari. So Godavari River, the bridge is in Ramagundam Corporation. So basically, it's a geography. It is in a geographical location wherein all the migrants have to pass through Ramagundam Corporation only if they want to travel north of Telangana. So we provided extensively cooked meal, and we developed various shelters We have engaged function halls, community halls for engaging for keeping them in those shelters as long as they want, and we have given them cooked meal twice a day through various NGOs. We engaged. We have also privilege of having a very good number of NGOs who came forward for working, and some of the NGOs have taken one shelter for food distribution. And during the same time, we didn't have the testing kits. Not many testing kits were available. So with the screening of only symptoms, we were trying to manage during the initial times. So these are the sanitation and awareness programs we have created. Door-to-door collection of garbage, especially the hazardous waste, was extensively collected, and the sanitation workers were the front runners and COVID warriors in this entire mission. Various survey camps were conducted for all the migrants who were walking on the roads, and of course the migrant labor camps. The other innovative things I would say done in Ramaguna Corporation was we used SHG women and companies. We have huge companies like NTPC, Singareni, and Ramaguna Fertilizers Corporation Limited. These companies lent their helping hand in handling the situation. We created, of course, it's a guidelines given by the state as well as central government to create red zones, and Asha workers and Anganwadi workers were formed into groups, and they were supervised by the doctors from nearby community centers, and of course they are under DM and HO. Under their supervision, we conducted fever survey extensively in the entire town. The fever survey is basically we walk along the road, and every door we knock and ask them for their symptoms. If there are any symptoms, we indicate, and we mark that area as something need to be sanitized and treated separately. So this extensive fever survey was done twice in every week with the help of Asha workers and Anganwadi workers. They are the front runners in this, and of course our sanitation workers. And this entire process, we try to monitor through IT tool by keeping a call center. We used our existing grievance call center for answering all the questions, and at the same time follow up. The follow up activity, the fever survey, which is physically done, would also take their phone numbers and other details, who especially during in the initial days, whoever traveled from abroad or from other states were tagged, and they were monitored closely. So this mechanism was used during that time for monitoring the cases wherein somebody needs to monitor them closely. So these Vaikunta Ratham vehicles, funeral services, these things also we have provided, and we have engaged workers for this specific trained workers for handling COVID dead bodies. And extensive IEC activities we have conducted using auto trolleys. We used autos for creating awareness, word of course it is through voice only. The other awareness creation is done through street art, pamphlets. These are the activities done by the citizens in some areas. They willingly came forward and tried to create IEC awareness activities through IEC mode. And vegetables, as and during these lockdown, red zones are the areas where nobody wants to get into. So we encouraged the vegetable sellers to use push carts to reach the door-to-door delivery of vegetables and all. This lockdown time had a unique situation wherein normally if there is any any band or anything through which the supply chain gets disrupted, normally rates go up. Whereas during this lockdown period in our Ramaguna Corporation, vegetable rates have actually come down, because there were many people who lost their employment and went into selling vegetables and all. So the vegetables were also sent to door into all the red zones, and we have distributed extensively. And in this, I would say, ma'am, our sanitation workers and ASHA workers, Anganwadi helpers and teachers were the front runners in fighting the Corona and COVID situation. All of them, almost all the SHG and Anganwadi, all of them are women, and we have around 50 to 60% of the workforce, women workforce, and they are the front runners in our COVID fight. This is probably the unique thing that is specific to Ramaguna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request to our jury, is there any question?
Yes, you have done quite well in this using the women voluntarily into this corona work. Now, have you given them any protection in terms of, because they are facing the virus or infection threat? Are you giving them any special help or protective gear or things like that?
Protective gear was given, ma'am. The initially for almost like 2 or 3 weeks, we had difficulty in procuring masks. So we have created the same cloth mask which I am using right now. This is the cloth same thing I'm using since then. So this masks are extensively given. Hand sanitizers we purchased locally from nearby alcohol factories. They had raw material for that. So we purchased that and extensively used it initially. And of course, normal PPE kit normally, which we give it to like shoe and gown, and wherever it is applicable, even headgear was given. These are the PPE equipment that we have provided for our women sanitation workers. And ASHA and Anganwadi, ASHA workers are basically very trained professional. So they were trained for almost like 3-4 days, how to handle situation, what is the safe distance, and what all can be done, what cannot be done, what can be touched, what cannot be touched. And wherever somebody wants to use a small mic, we also encourage that handheld small mics so that they can, interact from a smaller distance. Distance was extensively encouraged.
Yeah, that is one. But also a lot of vitamin and things like that were distributed for increasing immunity. Especially these are the frontline warriors.
Yes, ma'am.
So were you also giving those kind of, because these people normally will not be taking that kind of nutritive food.
Yes, ma'am. We at the state government level itself, I forgot to mention one. State government itself created a small kit called COVID
right.
kit.
Okay, I get it. That
Pretty much
those
it's
are
only
distributed to
vitamin
the
type.
people, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Fine.
Initially, we gave it to all the front runners, and after that, we distributed for rest of the people as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Uday, what your corporation has done for elderly people, those who are above 80 years, what special things were done for them during, especially if somebody is ill, how the testing will be done, whether they have to pay charges or how to take them to the hospital. In that context, just give us some overview of that.
Right, sir. Basically, almost all of our workers, like whom we focused on, are not really old people, sir. And however, if somebody is stuck at home and probably elderly and needs some assistance, we engaged our ambulances and our own health staff extensively, sir. And this has been monitored by the state government very closely, state government health department.
Okay.
And
So special care was taken by, for the elderly people.
Yes, sir. Basically, state government had instructed us to form teams with revenue staff, police staff, and health staff, especially one doctor and of course one helping hand. Police and revenue staff were initially required because we were supposed to, we were during that time we were tagging all the people who came from other countries and other states. And initially people of course would refuse and try to hide, and some police and force was required. So we used police and revenue staff, tahsildars and uh, village level revenue officers were required, because they had a idea of how many people are staying in an area, and they have their own intelligence network, so that we'll come to know who are coming from outside, so that at least they'll be tagged and monitored closely. So the same teams were used wherever elderly were needed any assistance, and these teams would visit the house wherever if there is any distress call is received to call center, and team would ship them with the complete gear of PPE wearing team would ship them to hospital. And some of the photos I had, but sorry sir, I did not place it in the PPT.
Okay, good efforts. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to our jury. Now I'm going to run a fear on your screen.